Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Rockingham Speedway. Race 2 of the 2004 Winstel Cup Series season runs through North Carolina. After a frantic race at Daytona a week ago, it's Thunder Alley you saw there on the back straightaway. And this track means it by every stretch of the definition. From a difficult plate race on Daytona Beach to a difficult mile-long track here. It's the Rock here in North Carolina. We welcome everyone to ABN's coverage of the Winstel Cup Series season from Daytona to Homestead all season long. I'm Carmen, Sienna. We appreciate you spending your time here on ABN 1 for tonight's action. We had 55 drivers attempting to make the race at Daytona. Not as frantic here tonight. Only 44 drivers aiming for 43 spots. Everyone's objective, be in the top 10 by the end of the regular season. If you're in the top 10, that's where you want to be. But we're in Rockingham Speedway. This is the top 10 entering tonight's race. Gabriel Mauricio entered this race as the points leader, winning last week's race in Daytona. Thomas Lewandowski there in second, then Zach Campbell, Ali Osman, Emily Howe, Parker Alexander, Aaron Smith, Ryan Doucette, Evan Locke, and Chris Champeau in the top 10. Obviously, that's one race. There's still 15 more before we get to the chase here in the Winstel Cup Series. But the 10 that are on the screen right now, start of the season, according to plan for these 10 drivers. Practice currently ongoing, but not for much longer here in Rockingham, North Carolina. As I mentioned earlier, 44 cars intending to go for 43 starting spots. One driver will be going home here in Rockingham. Someone that is looking to potentially be the safest of the bunch is the 46, Jacob Podak, in the 46 machine. Currently first, has not obviously set a lap time. Qualifying's not begun yet. Has been in pit lane for a decent chunk of time here, but atop of the board, Christian Budd in the 17 car, sitting in the second position. Get a good look at that DeWalt Ford on pit lane. Evan Locke had a very rough race at Daytona, all things considered, but most of it a lap down a week ago, but third fastest right now here at the Rock. Larry Pace also likewise top 4. Brendan McGee in 5th. Tyler Head will be in the 6th position here behind Brendan McGee and in the wall there on the front straightaway. Aaron Smith had a good race at Daytona. Looking to do so again here tonight. Let's see what he can do. He's 8th fastest so far. Mike Rasmus in the 6th. The Pfizer number 6 set to do battle here. And then Brandon McKissick in the unsponsored number 37 machine here to set things up this afternoon. Again, it's a perusal up and down the field. High stakes, high drama all the way throughout. A driver that's on the very edge of things based on practice times, the 89. Hayden Repas in the 89 machine. Right now, the Dodge sitting in 43rd position. The only driver that's not set a lap time is Ali Osman in the 30 car. Osman's not failed to qualify for an event, so it's believed that Osman's not going to be in that 43rd starting position. Hayden in that 89 could very well be the person to not make it, as things currently look. DJ Trout in that Lucas Oil number 96 sitting in 40th position. Between Trout and Hayden Repas is TJ Crampton and Tyler Murray. Tyler Murray also, I believe, on track. Never mind, neither of them on track here. I'll have to go all the way to Corey Steinhauser in the 34 machine. 39th place for him. Also in this field, a little bit further down, Olivia Hayward. One of those locked into the field as we get ready to go here this evening. Olivia Hayward, 36. Brandon Cruz off of top 10 at Vegas in the ABN Champ Car World Series on Wednesday. Comes down to Rockingham. Right now sitting 35th, not where he wants to be so far in that 20 machine, that Home Depot Chevrolet. But plenty of time to get things turned around here. In this track, it loves to give and take indiscriminately. former Open Wheel World Champion Christina Ryan is going to end practice here in the 32nd starting position. Aaron's Dream Machine had a decent race at Daytona, but this could be a very different challenge for Christina Ryan here today. We've not seen Christina Ryan race here at Rockingham, so this will be a first for her. Qualifying, however, is underway now. So as we get ready to go, we welcome everyone here to the Winstel Cup Series. One driver going home. Who is that driver going to be, and who takes pole position? It's the Bud Pole Award up for grabs here in Rockingham. We're glad you're with us here on ABN 1. On the screen right now, Parker Alexander looking for his qualifying laps. Parker Alexander, we'll see what his first lap looks like here across the line. The number 5, Kellogg Chevrolet. Little loose there as the tires get the temperature here. These Goodyear Eagles, 143.78 miles an hour, the lap time here. As times begin to sort out, Jacob Patak was definitely on the pole position button here. We'll move down to Emily Howe. First lap in the books, 143.49 miles an hour. Enough for 14th position as things currently stand, but more and more times making their way through. Mark Parkhurst, HTL veteran, former race winner over in HTL. Looking to get stuck in here in the Winstel Cup Series season. Obviously, Patak in the 46, a 24.037 lap time. Pretty well clear of Larry Pace, who is also looking really strong today. Parkhurst, 26th. We will move on down. Jonathan Hernandez getting ready to run a lap here. The number 1 machine. Queuing up to get ready to go. Craig Lautenslager in the 99 goes 20th fastest. 35 drivers set times quickly here in Rockingham. And those times up at the top of your screen. We appreciate you spending your time here on ABN across our family of networks. On ABN2 right now, it is the ARCS A-Square Cup Series from Pocono. So just up the Atlantic coastline as Hernandez tags the wall slightly in turn 1. This lap will not be valid. He'll have to use a second lap here. Hernandez on track right now. The only driver here on track was in the black number 1 before. Now in the white number 1. Hernandez, a 142.77, but it is not a valid lap time, crucially, for Hernandez there. We'll wait for TJ Crampton to begin rolling. The number 50 on track now. Thomas Lewandowski, Gabriel Mauricio, and Jonathan Hernandez will start from the back of the field after hitting the wall on their qualifying run. If you tag the wall, if you go off track, it is an invalidation, and you will start from the back of the field. Likewise, Aaron Smith did not set a valid lap time either in the 59 machine. TJ Crampton across the line here. What is his lap going to look like? 141.82 miles an hour. That's a good enough time for 24.607, 31st fastest. TJ Crampton goes there. On the board, Aaron Smith, Jonathan Hernandez, Thomas Lewandowski, Gabriel Mauricio. All tagging the wall here on the qualifying run. Olivia Hayward and Christina Ryan electing to not qualify in this event. They will start from the back of the field voluntarily here. As times sit on your screen again, top of your board. Top 5 in qualifying. It's Potak, Pace, Bud, Tyler Head, and Evan Locke in the top 5 here in qualifying. Very important there. These will be the top 5 right now. Looking at everyone on track, that'll be the top 5 that lead the field to green here in Rockingham. Anyway, with everyone spending your time with us here on ABN1, we appreciate it. Qualifying will be over here imminently. 36 drivers at lap times, from Jacob Potak in the 46 to Brandon Cruz in the 20. Again, 43 car field, 1 driver going home. Seeing if anyone else decides to run a qualifying lap time here tonight. That will end qualifying here. And we will get ready to go into the race here tonight. All right, it's showtime here in Rockingham, and here is how the starting grid will line up here at Rockingham. The 46 of Jacob Potak, the Bud Pole Award winner here at the Rock. Larry Pace to his outside on the front row. Christian Bud, Tyler Head in row 2. Then Evan Locke and Mike Rasmus in row number 3. Dylan Robertson, Jose Salas Jr. in row number 4. Then it's Brandon McKissick and Nick Doucette in the top 10. They'll round out the 5th row of the field. Looking further down the order, Parker Alexander and Sean Peleg in row 6 as Hendrick row 6 there in the top 12. Evan Mellinson and Chris Champeau in row 7. Emily Howe and Anthony Kroback in row number 8. Brennan McGee and Ralph Hutchinson in row number 9. Hutchinson sitting as the debutant in the number 16 machine. Kyle Benson in the 38. He was in the 38 last week. We had him marked in the wrong car, but now all that's fixed. Benson will be in row 10 in a special black and white paint scheme here in Rockingham. He'll be alongside his Roush teammate Craig Lautenschlager in number 99, row 10 there. That's 19th and 20th on the grid. The next 10 cars, this is 21st through 30th. Jeffrey McClintock and Alex Bates in row 11. Philip Snipes and Michael O'Brien in row 12. Mo Perry and Jared Bales in row 13. And it's Timothy Latham and Corey Cook in row 14. Mark Parkhurst and DJ Trout, a couple of rookies in row 15. They make up the top 30 here in this race this evening. And looking down the rest of the field, you start to see some of the cars that did not set lap times here in this field. DJ Crampton did set lap time, so did Rory Collins, so did Corey Steinhauser, who will be in row 17 alongside the rookie Eli Sasek. Tyler Murray and Brandon Cruz in row 18. Thomas Lewandowski, the last driver to set a lap time, he will share that row right now with Aaron Smith. As everyone looks throughout the field here, everyone getting ready to go. Lap times getting ready to begin as we roll off here at Rockingham. And for everyone tuning in, we appreciate you spending your time with us here at Rockingham Motor Speedway here in North Carolina. 80 laps coming up here, and this will be one of the most challenging short ovals on the calendar. It's Thunder Alley here in North Carolina. It's going to be a lot of fun. And for those just tuning in, I'm Carmen Sienna. We appreciate you spending your time with us here on ABN1. It's time to get down to business. It's Potak and Pace at the front of the field. Pace car is in, green flag is in the air, and the Rockingham 400 is underway. First lap is clean, and it is Potak that leads the way over Pace, Head, Bud, and Rasmus. And you see how bumpy and abrasive this track is. Throwing these cars and drivers around. Here's the interval times. Larry Pace getting clear that time of Potak. The 98 out front now. Larry Pace leads the way. Christian Budd a little bit further down. Christian Budd making moves in that special theme. Number 38 cautions out. And that is the 18. And there is more and more and more trouble. Hernandez involved. That is the 59 Aaron Smith involved. Huge crash here tonight to get things started right as we turn to Kyle Benson. Let's go back and look at what happened to Kyle Benson. We're going to pause it here and sort of show you in slow motion how this all came to be. But to appropriately do that, we need to zoom out a little bit. That's the 18 that's just in front of him. That's Chris Champeau. And then we'll go at 1/8 speed here. Actually, we ended up going back live there. Sorry about that. We're trying to go back and look what happened here. It looks like we accidentally moved all the way forward. I'll have to go all the way back here and really kind of just show you what happened to Kyle Benson again. This is the 38 and the 18. This is Benson and Champeau. You see the 9 of Brennan McGee on the inside there. This is coming out of turn 2. Yeah, Benson just runs right through him there, right up above. And obviously, still a lot of cars coming on the racetrack. There's Hernandez. There's Aaron Smith involved. So look for just a little bit further up the field here. There's the 25 Alex Bates with a lot of damage on his car. It's a nasty accident all around there. Of course, looking at Kyle Benson's machine. So Kyle Benson running that black and white M&M's machine. As M&M's runs its Color Quest promotion. Kyle Benson's gonna have to run a promotion, his quest for a good result. It's not gonna come here in Rockingham, unfortunately. Larry Pace at the front of the field. Leading Jacob Potak, Christian Budd, Tyler Head, and Dylan Roberts, your top 5. Very unfortunate to see how things have fallen early on for some of these drivers here. Again, trouble for Alex Bates, Corey Steinhauser, Kyle Benson, 89 of Hayden Repas, the 18 of Chris Champeau, the 19 of Philip Snipes involved in that, as is the 59 of Aaron Smith. Single file restart, green flag coming here on this restart here to start lap 8. And Larry Pace leads us back to green. It's a race that can be interesting in a hurry. Potak in the 46, trying to go after Pace. Looking to the inside lane, Pace defends the outer lane. Pace has the drive off, will hold on to the race lead, but that inside lane looking strong. Pace cuts it off though, that time through. Drivers sorting themselves in throughout the field here, looking a little further back. This is Christina Ryan getting around Brandon Cruz, now trying to attack Thomas Lewandowski. And Christina Ryan sitting right now in the 29th position. Started this race at the back of the field. Started this race in 43rd, dead last. So far doing a good job. Our biggest gain so far in the field is that 00, that Aaron's Dream machine. Talked to Christina Ryan prior to this race. Objective was the same as it was at Daytona. Have a clean race, put in some really good points, and try to contend for the chase. One of those top 10 chase spots. Came into this race 14th in points. This race benefits her a little bit, but it's all about surviving. Starting at the back of the field is a giant risk, especially with that first caution of the night involving Kyle Benson and Chris Champeau and others. But that 00 made it through, and now attacking Tyler Murray as Lewandowski also tries making his way through the field. And trouble, cautions out, and it's Mo Perry. Everyone gets through, but it's Mo Perry in trouble. Struggling here to get that number 12 Dodge up and going, and has found his way around with a little bit of damage on the rear of that car. This is what happened to Mo Perry. In real time, gets split 3 wide there by Corey Cook and Timothy Latham. And the 84 and the 12 make contact. There goes the 12 in the wall as well. Or the 2014 in the wall as well, excuse me. That was Jared Bales that tagged the wall. Off the side of Mo Perry. And Perry will now be at the back of the field. This is a replay of that incident here. Mo Perry on the track right now. In the 36th position, will come down pit lane here for service. Dylan Roberts in the 8, staying out along with Larry Pace and Brandon McKissick. Again, it is Dylan Roberts and Larry Pace at the front of the field here tonight. A lot of fun seeing everyone drive through the field here. Brandon McKissick in 3rd, then last week's winner, Gabriel Mauricio, in the top 4. Really good stuff so far. Lights still out on the pace car. Mauricio top 4, Thomas Lewandowski in the 5th position. Is how everything will stack up here at the moment. Against Larry Pace, then Dylan Roberts at the front of the field. Light still on the pace car, which means we have at least 2 more laps of caution here. The second caution of the night, an incident between Mo Perry, Timothy Latham, and the 14 of Jared Bales. One lap to green here on the second restart of the night. As we get ready to go. Larry Pace at the front of the field. Then it's Dylan Roberts, Brandon McKissick, Gabriel Mauricio. As we pull your top 5 at the bottom of the screen. Coming to the green flag this time for a second restart of the race. And then your top 10, Christina Ryan, Nick Doucette, Jacob Potak, Christian Budd, and Jose Solis Jr., the top 10. The 46, the 17, the 29, they had a pit stop already in this race. The top 7 have not. As we get ready for the green flag, it's Larry Pace leading the way once again on this restart. Green flag is in the air and away we go. Larry Pace leads the way. Those in the top 4 right now seem pretty well safe, but the 46 of Jacob Potak beginning to crawl his way back to the front of the field. I see some of the drivers that were further back, like Christina Ryan, Thomas Lewandowski, and Nick Doucette. We're hoping that the track position would hang on just a little bit longer. 46 of Potak trying to get around now the inside of the 40, the silver bullet of Mauricio. There's Christian Budd in the 17 just behind as well. Quarter of the way through this race, Larry Pace leads the way. How special would it be for Larry Pace if he could get a race win? It'd be his first. And caution's out. It's Ralph Hutchison, the 16. And he's not the only one. Rory Collins also involved there. What happened to Ralph Hutchison here? Third caution of the night. This is what happened to Ralph Hutchison. Dealing right now, that's DJ Trout that gets loose and just tags him on the back straightaway. Everyone trying to lock it down a little bit. Rory Collins gets spun. I think that's off the nose of the 14 of Bales. Just not so fortunate there. Unfortunate there, going through all of that process. So Jacob Potak back to the front of the field. is Potak, then Solis Jr., Christian Budd, Tyler Head, and Sean Peleg now in the top 5. I'll show you that at the bottom of your screen there. The 48 now in the top 5. A little further down, Brennan McGee in the top 10. Evan Mellinson and Evan Locke in the top 8. Craig Lautenschlager in the top 9. Corey Cook, top 10. Lights still on the pace car. As drivers leave pit lane there, TJ Crampton in the 11th position. Then it's Jonathan Hernandez recovering nicely there in 12th. Eli Sasek, the 09, the rookie driver right there in 13th. Same with Mark Parker is top 14 for him right now. Then Jeffrey McClintock in 15th. Emily Howe in 16th. Larry Pace, who's led a decent chunk of the early stanza of this race, 17th place. Brandon McKissick in the 18th. Dylan Roberts and Gabriel Mauricio, top 20. Anthony Kroback, Nick Doucette, Thomas Lewandowski, then Mike Rasmus and Timothy Latham, your top 25. As we peruse through the top 40 at the bottom of your screen. Christina Ryan now back down to the 26th position. Remember, Christina Ryan started dead last in this field, 43rd. Emphasis on starting from the bottom and moving up. Christina Ryan is on that mission there. Tyler Murray, Kyle Benson, Olivia Hayward, all in the top 30 as well. As everyone gets ready to move. It's all eyes on the 46, the pole sitter of this race, Jacob Potak, to try to lead this field to green. To start lap 26, you see some of the skid marks already on this track. Thunder Alley claiming some victims here today. It's Potak, Solis, Budd, Head, and Peleg, your top 5. Lights on the pace car are out. Potak leads us to green. We're back underway, and Tyler Head wasting no time trying to slice his way forward. Keep an eye on car 4. And trouble's out immediately. Trouble is out immediately. It's Nick Doucette. And you see really the trouble's all the way in front of him. That is Nick Latham involved. Or Timothy Latham involved, excuse me. Big time trouble. Let's take a look at what happened here. And again, this is on the 84 at Timothy Latham that we see involved in this. We'll have to move up a little bit to Timothy Latham. And this begins early, actually. That begins with the 45 of McClintock. And you see Latham there go for a tumble. See if I can go back a little bit further here on this shot. Gets tagged by Doucette. And Latham goes for a wild ride. That is absolutely, that is crazy. I don't think I've seen a flip at Rockingham like that before. Yeah, it starts with the 45 of McClintock. That is Emily Howe shooting to the inside. And oh, he just gets loose on his own. Gets loose, tags Howe up into the wall. And then you see everything happen there from beyond that point. Goodness. Again, Timothy Latham up and over. Riding on board with the 84. This is going to be an interesting little ride with Timothy Latham. Gets tagged by Doucette. It's a harrowing sound there when you hear nothing but scratching steel and fiberglass. Timothy Latham, top of the board. .38th now. Started this race in 27th, so it's not where not where he wants to be at all. Jacob Potak continues to lead the way here. 4th caution of the night. That's where he started this race. There's Ace Solis Jr. Started this race in 8th, currently in 2nd position. And that 29 machine. Tyler Head started 4th, up a spot in 3rd. And Christian Budd, obviously the 4 and the 17 have swapped places. Christian Budd started 3rd, now in 4th. Sean Pellick up 11 spots to the top 5. We'll highlight some big movers here. Jonathan Hernandez, I think the biggest of the bunch. He is the biggest mover of the bunch, from the 41st position to 12th. Several drivers up 21 spots. TJ Crampton in the 50 up 21 spots from 31st to 10th. Eli Sasek from 34th to 13th. And Christina Ryan from 43rd to 22nd. There's some of your big movers here in this race. But it's Potak that will lead us to green once again. Pace car is in. To the restart zone we go, and it'll be the 46 of Jacob Potak that leads us back underway. We're green once again. Some laps back again under green. Some passes throughout the field. The 20 of Cruz taking on the 97 of Michael O'Brien, as Tyler Murray in the wall, the 33 up in the wall. Just ahead of him, Olivia Hayward's trying to make her way through. See some smoke. Did everyone save it? Yes. McKissick was where that was. The 37 McKissick was the one that went for a slide. From 9th to 24th, he keeps going backwards. There's Mauricio on the 40 on the outside lane, getting around him for 23rd. And now the pressure's on. There's Mo Perry in the 12, also in range now, and the 14 of Jared Bales. Everyone looking for some fights here in Thunder Alley. Whoa, trouble, trouble. Benson McKissick. Caution's out for the 5th time. And that was Mauricio and Benson bringing the 5th caution of the night out. And it seemed like Benson's been in trouble since the start. This is Kyle Benson, just a lap before. Gabriel Mauricio, the silver bullet, just behind. And you see the war scars on 38 from an earlier incident. That car's not been handling great, as you can imagine. Mauricio just runs a little high and tags him. Almost got McKissick back in that as well. Perry with a really good save there in the 12, checking up to avoid hitting the 40. The caution's out for a 2-car incident between Kyle Benson and the 40 of last week's race winner, the Daytona 500 winner, Gabriel Mauricio. So Cal Benson in pit lane now, once again, try to get some damage repaired. And this puts Larry Pace back at the front of the field. Two different sequence of strategies here. For everyone tuning in across ABN's family of networks, we have the ARCS A-Squared Cup Series on ABN2 at Pocono. Obviously, everyone tuning in tonight, you're watching ABN Esports 1 and our coverage of the Winstel Cup Series from Daytona last week all the way to Homestead, Miami in October. This is race 2 of the season from Rockingham Speedway. We're glad you're with us. Under caution for the 5th time tonight, Larry Pace and Thomas Lewandowski will lead the field to green this time. Lewandowski now by far the biggest mover in this race. Lewandowski up 35 spots in this event. We'll pull it up here from 37th to 2nd. Absolutely outstanding stuff there by Lewandowski. Nick Doucette involved in one of the cautions earlier in this race. Up to the top 3 from 10th on the grid. Brandon McKissick back up to the top 5. He had a sketchy moment there where he skid off some of those tires earlier on in this race. Then you have the 4 of Jacob Potak, the 46 of Jacob Potak in the 5th position. Jose Solis Jr. in 6th. Tyler Head in 7th. Sean Peleg from 12th to 8th on the grid. Christian Budd down 6 spots from 3rd to 9th. And Brendan McGee rounding up the top 10 there in that number 9 Dodge. Again, Lewandowski, the biggest mover. Jonathan Hernandez, the 2nd largest mover in this race, up 25 spots. You can see that from 41st to 16th. Not a bad run so far. But it's all about Larry Pace at the front of the field. Started this race on the front row, and that's where he sits right now. It's Pace, Lewandowski, Doucette, McKissick, and Potak, the top 5. Pace car will take the hard left onto pit lane. And it is almost showtime once again. Green flag back in the air and away we go. And caution's out immediately. Further back in the field, it's Perry and Benson. And a huge crash there. There's Alex Bates involved. The 89 of Hayden Repas involved. On the back straightaway. Looks like Champeau and Latham got into it as well. Further on behind. Let's go back and look at it here. This is on the initial start. Again, Benson struggling. He's going to get to these. I'm going to slow it down here and see if there's anything that happens up front, in front of this group. Oh, Mo Perry just gets really loose. There's the 12 of Perry. Almost got Brandon Cruz. Cruz counting his stars on that. But you see, obviously, everyone begins to swerve. Champeau checked up, and that's where Champeau and Latham got involved. Because he hits the wall there on the inside lane. Latham comes to a near stop. Alex Bates checks up, as does the 89. Sixth caution of the night. Everyone does get rolling once again. There's a lot of contact there. Mo Perry getting loose and triggering a chain reaction crash there at a turn 2. Cold tires are no joke. Several cars out of this race. Philip Snipes, Parker Alexander, Ralph Hutchison, Jeffrey McClintock, and I believe Mo Perry now joining those on the out of the race line in this event. So Larry Pace will continue to lead here. We've crossed the halfway point in this event. It has been a little bit of a slugfest here at Rockingham, as it typically is. Rockingham's not a friendly place to be. It's very abrasive, but very slick. It's a very difficult track to run in. It's a rough track in the late models. I've seen the trucks. We've seen the trucks race here before. We've seen, obviously, Busch Series cars race here. And now you're seeing Cup Series cars also having the same struggles here in Thunder Valley. Larry Pace, though, not struggling. He's happy with where he's at right now, leading this race. He's got, outside the pace car, clean air. It's Pace, then Lewandowski once again at the front of the field. Nick Doucette in third. Keep an eye on that 46 of Potak. He's going to try to get to the front of the field here while Larry Pace is still on those older tires. They are on different strategies at the moment. We've had enough cautions where we've had that variable in strategy. Some drivers coming in one pit stop, others waiting for another. Lights out on the pace car. Tunes will be going green at the end of this lap 6 caution of the race. Not an easy go of everything here tonight. Next week we head to Las Vegas Motor Speedway. After a race like this, everyone's going to hope to try to roll the dice a little bit and make something happen. Try to grab some magic in Sin City. Larry Pace, though, hoping he's not one of those drivers that needs to. Hoping for a really good result here in Rockingham. Pace car pulls in. Green flag comes back out in the air. We're back underway. 6th restart of the night. It's Pace, Lewandowski, Doucette, Potak, and Solis, the top 5. And immediately the 24 Doucette tries to go forward. It's the 24 and the 21 side by side. Potak on the outside lane, kind of boxed in there between Lewandowski and Doucette. But the inside lane's not hooked up quite yet. Need to get those tires up to temperature here. Potak with the fresher tires should have a little bit of an advantage, but he doesn't. Lewandowski uses the outside lane and stays clear. And Potak will have to settle for third. Then you have Jose Solis Jr., the 29 machine, trying to work some magic here at the Rock. McKissick up to the top 5. Doucette now falling backwards quickly. Potak clipped the yellow line. Really had to slide it up the racetrack to get staying clear of Lewandowski. But he does. Here comes Jose Solis Jr. Trying to get the third. Trying to get around Lewandowski on the front straightaway. Lewandowski got a little bit looser out of 4. So Solis has an opportunity to get clear for third. Looks like it's a little bit easier to try to make up momentum there in 3 and 4 than it is in 1 and 2. Because Lewandowski coming back to the outside lane as Jacob Potak goes to the inside lane and makes Larry Pace spin out. Huge contact by Jose Solis Jr. Caution's out. Rasmus gets turned off the nose of Doucette. It's caution number 7, and Potak sent it. And Potak came down pit lane. Whether that was by design or not is a completely different question. But trouble there for the 46. And he's going to send it in deep here. We're going to send it to our chopper cam, because he sends it and grabs under the yellow line, all the way under the yellow line. That's not illegal if you can make it stick. Potek obviously didn't quite make it stick. Comes right up in front of Larry Pace. Larry Pace tries staying off of him, but locks it up. That Lucas Oil machine locks it up and gets super loose there. And obviously you see the 46 of Potek there rolling down the pit lane. Jose Solis Jr., he got a huge piece of this as well. See if we can get a clip of that from Jose Solis Jr.'s perspective. So the lap before, right on board with the 29. And you're going to see that he has nowhere to go in this melee. Oof. Not a great look there. We'll do one more look from Larry Pace's perspective on this. You're going to see Potek to the inside lane. He's going to send it. And Pace sees it coming. Just can't quite get off of him, away from him. I see the contact there right to that left side front tire. A lot of suspension damage there, almost directly to that tire and the suspension. And I see you're looking at Jose Solis Jr. on pit lane right now. Obviously not where he wanted to be in this event. This allows Corey Cook to take the lead of the race here with 30 laps to go. Then it's DJ Trout, Sean Peleg, and Tyler Head, the top four. Corey Cook doing a fantastic job in that net zero high speed #0 machine. Series rookie here. Same with DJ Trout. DJ Trout, a proven race winner in the HTL competitions. Known mostly as a bit of a road course ace, but Trout doing a fantastic job surviving the carnage in the melee here in Rockingham. His teammate, Larry Pace, not so fortunate in this race so far with how things have gone. But now DJ Trout has the ability to do something special. He's just got to hound that 0 car and stay ahead of the 48 of Sean Peleg, the 4 Tyler Head, and the 9 of Brendan McGee. And Lee Howe in the top 6 as we get ready to go. Here's your top 5 on this restart, 8th of the night. Here at Rockingham. Corey Cook leads the way. Then it's DJ Trout, Sean Peleg, Tyler Head, and Brendan McGee, your top 5. Green flag in the air once more. And Sean Peleg, lightning restart to the front of the field, potentially trying to get around the 0 of Corey Cook. Side by side. Peleg to the front. Tyler Head in second. Getting clear of Cook now. Then you got McGee in third. Everyone jumping ahead of the rookies that were leading the field to green. Emily Howe in the 5th position, getting around. Then Evan Locke and Lewandowski battling it out behind. Then you have Dylan Roberts in the 8th. But racing once again in full speed here at Rockingham. Coming to 25 laps to go here in 2 laps time. Evan Locke looking very impressive, very competitive as well. Caution's out though. And once again, it is the 38 of Kyle Benson that has found his way wrong side round. what has happened to Kyle Benson. Riding on board with him. Does he just get loose here on the corner? Riding on board. Oh, he gets a little bit loose. Checks up there to avoid hitting the 18 of Chris Champeau. Caution comes out there. Single car incident overall. But Benson, I think, electing just kind of to not have that continue on. Unfortunate there. So Kyle Benson's day is done. While Sean Peleg got to the front of the field. A little bit of gamesmanship there on the pit entry. Peleg, Tyler Head, and Brendan McGee all faking coming down pit lane. There will be some takers. DJ Trout, one of them. Lewandowski coming in as well. You see the 21 going by on your screen. Jose Solis Jr. going to take some repairs as well. Michael O'Brien, Alex Bates, Rory Collins, Corey Steinhauser, Tyler Murray, and Brandon Cruz all in pit lane, as is the 89 of Hayden Rapus. Jacob Potak, the 46, and Larry Pace with significant damages. The front row of the field out of contention in this race. That is absolutely wild stuff here. So Sean Peleg, Tyler Head, Brendan McGee, Corey Cook, and Emily Howe, your top 5 in this race. Pull it up here on the bottom of your screen. Rest of the top 10 now on your screen. Evan Locke, Dylan Roberts, Anthony Krobach, Nick Doucette, and Craig Lautenschlager in the top 10 there, the 99 of Roulette Wheel of Cars on that 99. Oh, sorry, Roulette Wheel sponsored that 99. The SKF on that car right now. 99 still looking for sponsorship in this season. For a veteran like Lautenschlager, results would be very helpful in that pursuit here in Rockingham. A top 10 would go pretty well for the 99 camp. Further on down the order, Gabriel Mauricio, the Daytona 500 race winner last week. In 11th, ahead of Jonathan Hernandez, Evan Mellinson, Christina Ryan, and TJ Crampton, your top 15 as things currently stand. Then Eli Sasek, Timothy Latham, the 6 of Mike Rasmus, Jared Bales, and Mark Parkhurst, your top 20. Top 25, Chris Champeau, Olivia Hayward, Thomas Lewandowski, DJ Trout, and Tyler Murray. Your top 25 there. As you peruse through the field, your biggest gainers. Right now, it's a tie between Mauricio and Hernandez. They've both moved up 29 spots in this race, as has Christina Ryan in the field. And now you're going to start seeing some of the retirements from this race. Steinhauser, O'Brien, Solis, McKissick, and Benson. Benson now out of this race. Potak, Pace, Smith, Perry, Alexander, all out of this race as well. Osmond did not qualify for this event. Snipes, Hutchinson, and McClintock firmly out of contention. Pace car pulls into pit lane. It's on Sean Peleg's control, and here we go. Green flag is out, and away we go. 59, Aaron Smith, not passing for position. He's a lap down. He's not getting around anybody here. And he'll just stay out of the way overall. Just trying to make sure that he didn't get a penalty for trying to hold back there. So Peleg and Head, top of the board. McGee and Howe, top 4. 21 laps to go here in Rockingham. Sean Peleg and Tyler Head leading this field to green. They're staying up front right now. Evan Locke and Dylan Roberts battling for the top 5, and that is a massive cluster of cars. There's Hal, there's Doucette, and Krobach. All of them on your screen. Side by sides, the 8 and the 42 of Roberts and Locke. Whoa, Krobach gets loose. The 11 car got super sideways. Keeps it pointing in the right direction. There's Mauricio in 9th. Lautenschlager in the top 10 still. Ahead of Jonathan Hernandez. There's a 60 of Melanson. Struggling. About to be passed by Christina Ryan further on down the order. Christina Ryan sends it to the outside lane, as does Rasmus. Further back's got to be frustrating for Christian Budd, who has spent so much of the race into the front of the field. Now he's got to just pin backwards in that 17 car. Corey Cook gets very loose out of turn 4, saves it though. The 0 car stays pointed straight in the right direction. There's DJ Trout, also trying to make moves, getting around the 29 of Solis. Front of the field, it's thinned out just a little bit, enough to go single file. Evan Locke firmly in the top 5 at the moment, while Dylan Roberts tries to figure out a way around the 42. There's the 24 of Nick Doucette. We're right on board with him. See how much the speed is already dropping off of the number 24 machine. Already lost almost 2 miles an hour from his fastest lap. And you can see what happened with the race leader. He's running faster than the race leader right now. Sean Peleg, his teammate, running faster by about a mile an hour. Still running a little bit faster here. See where the 24 is at right on track, trying to battle around the number 8 machine and the 42 of Evan Locke in the 42. Tyler Head trying to battle for the race lead further up front. Couldn't really make anything happen there in turn 4, but sending it on the inside lane will get to the quarter panel, create some overlap, but Sean Peleg on the outside lane keeps a hold of the race lead. Peleg having to keep a bit of a wherewithal as far as where Tyler Head is at. Getting some running in here. Here comes Tyler Head on the inside lane once again. Chevrolet's at the front of the field. Can Tyler Head get to the front of the field and get clear of Peleg? Side by side. Still side by side. Tyler Head will not lead that lap. Really good run off of turn 4 by the 48 of Peleg. Peleg really matching Tyler Head there. They're running side by side, lap after lap. This is the racing that Rockingham can provide. The diamond in the rough racing here in Thunder Alley. Rockingham 400 with 10 laps to go. Still running side by side. Head does lead that lap. Peleg slowly losing the advantage. And Tyler Head on the inside lane will get clear for the race lead. And gets right to the bottom of the racetrack once again. Drifts up a little bit wider. Now he's at the space to do so. Fantastic stuff there. Trouble for Eli Sasek in pit lane. He comes. And you see the damage on that number 09 machine. Trouble for Eli Sasek. Brendan McGee in third. Sitting in a really good podium position at the moment as things stand. There's Dylan Roberts in the 4th spot. Gotten ahead of Emily Howe. Teammates of the 8 and the 15. Just like they were at Daytona 3 years ago. Can Dylan Roberts make a run for the top 3? Right now they're sitting in the top 5 as things currently sit. Then there's Evan Locke, Nick Doucette, Mike Rasmus, Gabriel Mauricio, and Anthony Krobach. Your top 10 at the moment, 6 laps to go. And Tyler Head has cleared Sean Peleg. That car flying away. Look at those hands. You can see those hands to the windshield. Sean Peleg holding on for dear life. Doing it again to hold on. There's still a lot of counter steer. That car is dancing all over the place. Look at those hands in that 48 cockpit. Still sliding it all the way through the corner. Four laps to go. Caution's out. It's Lautenschlager. And trouble, that is Sasek. Sorry, not Sasek, that is Trout. And is that Brandon Cruz? That was turned around backwards. It is Brandon Cruz, months of ice. Brandon Cruz spun around backwards. Not a great look for him. We're gonna have overtime. We're gonna have a green-white checkered. Let's see if we can get a look at what happened here. This is already after the accident already really began. Let's see if I can another little bit of time. Brandon Cruz on your screen. I think this starts with Lautenschlager though. It does. I think it starts with Lautenschlager. Almost sure it does start with Lautenschlager. Yeah, he tags the wall out of 2. Almost squeezed Hernandez into the wall. Christina Ryan got through the 50. Oh, the 50 just tags him. Crampton tagged him. And everyone checks up because he spun in the corner in 3 and 4. There's Trout in the 96. And Cruz obviously gets turned around backwards as well. Let's go back here and see what happens with Brandon Cruz. And he's gonna, I think he's just gonna check up here. Yeah, he's just gonna check up. Oh, he's gonna get tagged by Murray. Olivia Hayward gets lucky there not to get more damage out of that. Brandon Cruz just trying not to get hit head on there. And the car rolled down. So Brandon Cruz in pit lane right now. Gabriel Mauricio, the Daytona 500 winner a week ago, in 7th now. Tyler Head leads the way. And now an opportunity for Sean Peleg to make some moves here. He's got to make one big move. This is going to be very interesting. Obviously, we have one green-white checkered attempt in this race. Caution out. There's Parker Alexander getting the free pass. Here's your top 5 on your screen. Tyler Head ahead of Sean Peleg, Dylan Roberts, Evan Locke, Mike Rasmus, your top 5. Anthony Krobach, Gabriel Mauricio, Jonathan Hernandez, Christian Budd, and Tom Lewandowski, your top 10. We're going to see some really interesting, some eyebrow-raising strategy calls here. Brandon McKissick ahead of Timothy Latham, Alex Bates, Rory Collins, and then Emily Howell, the first of those that came down pit lane, all the way down now outside the top 10 in 15th position. Brandon McGee, another one that took that strategy call, as did Christina Ryan. 17th place for her right now. Evan Melanson in 18th. Mark Parkhurst and Chris Champeau in the top 20. Jose Solis Jr., DJ Trout, Craig Lautenschlager, Jared Bales, Olivia Hayward, top 25. Then it's Hayden Raypas, Brandon Cruz, Michael O'Brien, Corey Steinhauser, and Nick Doucette, your top 30. TJ Crampton, Eli Sasek, Corey Cook, Tyler Murray, and Aaron Smith. And then the last car running, you'll see some DNFs on your screen here now. Parker Alexander, the last car running, in 36th. This is for all the marbles. One restart to go. The point of no return has been reached. This race is official. Green flag back in the air. Here we go. Look at Dylan Roberts on the outside lane. Does Dylan Roberts have something for Tyler Head? Potentially. But Tyler Head has the advantage of track position. Coming to one lap to go. Dylan Roberts will charge forward. He's going to give it a shot. He's going to move Tyler Head through turns 1 and 2, side by side. 4 cars under a blanket. There's the 6 Erasmus. Head sends it in deep in 3 and 4. He's going to survive. Tyler Head wins the Rockingham 400. Mike Rasmus takes second at the line. Dylan Roberts third. Ahead of Sean Peleg and Evan Locke rounds out your top 5. Tyler Head wins at Rockingham. A fantastic turn of events. Tyler Head grabs the race win. And he's going to burn it down here in North Carolina. Outstanding turn of events. A fantastic run of form for Tyler Head, who wins tonight's race. Results at the top of your screen scrolling through. We'll talk about them here in just a moment, but what a phenomenal turn of events here tonight. Absolutely outstanding. Tyler Head on victory lane. Winner here at Rockingham. Outstanding. We have podium interviews to come here still, so we're not going to have any delay here. Let's start with Dylan Roberts, the third place finisher here in Rockingham. Dylan, this is Carmen from the ABN booth. Do you get a copy?
Yeah.
What an attempt there at the end of the race. Kept the 8 car clean and tidy. Kept near the front of the field and gave it an honest and really good shot there on the final restart. Walk us through, obviously, the race. A lot of carnage you were able to stay out of. And then the last restart, you had a really good shot there on the 4.
Yeah, I mean, really frustrating race. Happy with the finish, though. Sucked that we had so much caution. Would have liked to get some long green. I think that's where I would have really shined. But, God, that last restart, I mean, I'm glad that after everything was said and done, we were able to get that and have that really fun battle. I mean, Tyler's somebody I've been racing with for years and years now, and we always fight each other hard and clean. And I almost stepped over the line. I lost the nose and almost turned him, but I let him gather it up. There's no way I'm going to wreck Tyler for a win like that, and we had quite the battle there. Sean as well. He was breathing down our neck, and then Mike out of nowhere, like great finish there.
Obviously, for you, this is a pretty good result. Obviously, with everything coming around, obviously this is the first season with the chase. The top 10 make it into the points. A good points day for you before you go into Las Vegas in 7 days. What is it going to be like for you? Because it's Vegas and Texas, 2 intermediate tracks for the first time. This track kind of races like it, but obviously the carnage here very much reminiscent of a short track. What are you looking at with those next 2 races as far as building momentum for those races and really getting yourself in stride to go for the chase?
Yeah, I mean, after a tough week last weekend, Daytona, we got wrecked. We ended up not coming out of there with the points we wanted. It's just about building momentum and trying to roll a few good finishes in a row. If I could get top 5 after top 5, get a few of those strung together, that's huge for the rest of the season. Not being able to rely on that drop. Daytona, it is what it is. You put that in the mirror. You look ahead. Vegas, we go to an intermediate, a lot more room. You have to hope we're going to be able to go green. Hopefully people will be a little bit smarter, leave a little bit more room, and just hope we're coming out of there with another successful night.
A fantastic effort here at Rockingham to get yourself 3rd place here at the Rock in Thunder Valley, with Las Vegas and Texas coming up here right off the bat. Before we let you go, though, and let you get ready for those races coming up here in your pursuit of that Winstel Cup, if there's anyone to shout and say thank you to, the floor is yours. Congrats again on the phenomenal result. Really good drive there, especially at the end of the race. Very entertaining.
Oh yeah, just huge shout out to everybody behind Winstel. I see all the work that goes into putting these races on year after year, weekend after weekend, and there's a lot, and it's a lot of fun to have us here every weekend, be able to race. We have our moments, we get angry, but we show up, we get our thing. It's fun. Shout out to you guys for the broadcast. It's awesome to have you guys on board. Love the broadcasting, and hopefully we get some more interviews throughout the year.
Absolutely. The Budweiser number 8 machine finishing 3rd here in Rockingham. Las Vegas coming up next. Dylan, enjoy it, and we'll be seeing you hopefully again in the top 3 once more in Vegas.
Thank you very much.
That was Dylan Roberts, the 3rd place finisher here tonight. We're going to move right into the 2nd place finisher. We'll talk to Mike Rasmus, 2nd place here tonight. A really thrilling effort, and out of nowhere as well for Mike Rasmus, the number 6 Pfizer Ford Taurus, up to P2. Mike, this is Carmen from the APN booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Obviously, a wild turn of events here tonight. You kind of kept yourself lying, sort of just lurking in that top 10, and then you surged forward at the end of the race. Watched as the 8 and the 48 and the 4 battled it out, and you got 2nd at the start-finish line. Walk us through that perspective for you, because that was an absolute shootout of a finish.
Yeah, I thought for a minute there I was going to be in it with them. I wasn't sure if they were going to wreck in front of us or not. And I got a little squirrely with the 48 there, but I think we looked at it afterward. It was netcode, and we didn't actually touch. So that kind of got away with that one, I guess. I mean, not a fan of netcode, but yeah, I just tried to put my car where there was a hole and hope that I got the most grip out of the corner. I think if I had one more lap, I would have maybe challenged for the win, but I'm happy with P2. I thought I was kind of screwed in the middle of the race with my pit strategy, and I was in the back, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm here now. And somehow I made it back up to the front, so just happy with that. Happy with P2.
Obviously, it's been a very wild 2 races. Obviously, Daytona and Rockingham, 2 tracks that are not easy for very different reasons. We head to tracks that I think probably are more in people's wheelhouses, with Las Vegas and Texas coming up here to round out the first stretch of races here. How are you feeling going into those races? 2 intermediates that drive completely different than each other.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited about this whole league. I used to play this when this game was NASCAR Racing 2003. Back in the day, I used to play, and considering we're using schemes and everything from those days, I'm having a huge nostalgia trip here. I also want to say I just saw your pronouns, so apologize for using the wrong pronouns earlier. But just really happy about this league. I think everyone is actually really cool here, and hopefully we'll have some more green flag racing next time.
Obviously, that is the hope. Las Vegas coming up here again in 7 days' time. A fantastic result here for you here. A fantastic second-place finish here in Rockingham. A fantastic just poaching that result out of the hands of Sean Peleg and everyone there at the end of the race. Before we let you go and obviously let you focus on any racing going on later on in the week, and obviously Vegas coming up here on next Sunday, if there's anyone to shout and say thank you to, the floor is yours. Congrats again on the P2, and hopefully the first of several interviews we can talk to you throughout the season.
Yeah, thanks. I just want to thank anyone who's running this the league and everyone putting on the broadcast, because it's makes it super fun for everybody racing in the league.
Absolutely, it's a lot of fun, top to bottom here. That is the whole point of it. An 80-lap sprint, and Mike Rasmus ends up in P2, the 6 car, on the second step of the podium. Hopefully to see a couple more wins at the 6 car here in 2004. Mike, enjoy it, and we'll be seeing you again in Vegas.
Thank you.
That was Mike Rasmus, the second place finisher here tonight. And now we'll talk to the man of the hour. We'll talk to Mike Rasmus, talk to Tyler Head, the race winner here tonight. What a drive from everyone involved in that group. Sean Peleg, Dylan Roberts, and Mike Rasmus, obviously they were finishing second. Tyler had to survive all of it here. Tyler, this is Carmen from the ABN booth. You got a copy.
Yeah, I've got you.
What a drive. What a way to get to victory lane here tonight. Led some laps in the intermediate periods, but so many cautions, so many different race leaders here. You had to survive it all, and you had to serve a little bit of contact to hold on to that race lead. Walk us through it.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we had a little bit of a run there up until that last caution to sort of see what was what. Fuel was in play, and I felt really happy about how I'd done balancing the tires and the fuel. But I think Dylan had done a much better job with the tires, as it turned out, because he was all over me on that restart once he got to the inside. And he went after it in turn one, and thankfully, he came up the track and got me a little bit, but, left enough room and gave me space to get it gathered back up so we could race it all the way back to the stripe. And so I appreciate that. The racing with Sean was a lot of fun. Mike, I don't know where the heck he came from, but he came flying off of turn 4. I was like, oh my God, here comes another one. Thank goodness it's over. So yeah, a lot of fun there at the end. I'm really happy that we had not only that run to the end, but a nice shootout there to cap off the race, considering the first 3 quarters of it were a little bit, topsy-turvy and struggled to get a rhythm. So I'm happy that we ended on a high note.
Obviously, you talk about topsy-turvy. That's how the first 2 races have been. Daytona didn't quite fall your way. Obviously, the night at Rockingham went all the way your way here. We have 2 races coming up that I think people are going to be pretty excited about. We have Las Vegas coming up next week, and then Texas after that. Obviously, you've got a race win here. You got to be feeling great about that. But Las Vegas and Texas, 2 races that are going to be pretty interesting and very different in how they handle, especially compared to the first 2 races of the season. What are you looking at for those races, and how you feel going into those races now having a race win in your pocket already?
Well, I'm the confidence is, back up as high as it can be. Won the championship last year, but, there's a lot of very competitive people here. So you always want to get back out on the track after a few months off and sort of show that you haven't lost anything. And so I don't think I was the fastest person out there tonight by any stretch, but, able to put together a solid race, and that goes a long way in this league, especially with the nature of these races, how short they are. So with Las Vegas and Texas, I know Texas is going to be a lot of fun. Usually we end up showing up there with a very loose setup, something that you really got to hang on to, and that's a lot of fun. Las Vegas last year was the first one after the high horsepower was introduced. So I'm looking forward to seeing what we all have to work with there from a driving standpoint. And I know the racing is going to be a lot of fun too, because we got a good group here.
Absolutely an outstanding race here tonight, especially the finish there, that shootout all the way through. Tyler Head, a race winner here at the Rock in Thunder Alley. Before we let you go and let you get ready for Vegas and all the races coming up here, if there's anyone to shout and say thank you to, the floor is yours. Phenomenal seeing that 4 car in victory lane. Now your season can officially begin in earnest with a victory here in North Carolina.
Absolutely. I mean, I'll just shout out everybody that makes this happen each week, whether it's you guys broadcasting this. You guys put together a very good show. Everybody who makes everything happen from an administrative standpoint, Brendan McGee and the group. And then obviously this group of drivers that we have come together, because, it can be tough when you got 43 cars on a track, especially that's as tight and tricky as this one is. But when we get to racing and get to brawling each other, it's really second to none, and that's what keeps me coming back.
It's a lot of fun start to finish here. Tyler Head winning tonight here in Rockingham. We hope to have a lot more conversations with you throughout the season as it progresses, but enjoy the race win, and we'll be seeing you in Nevada in 7 days' time.
Thank you so much.
That was Tyler Head, the race winner here in Rockingham tonight. A fantastic effort all the way through, winning this race here tonight. Here is the results in your screen. A fantastic effort all the way throughout this race. We'll go ahead and just pull the results up on your screen. Here they are. Tyler Head, Mike Rasmus, Dylan Roberts, your top 3 here tonight. They did an outstanding job all the way through. Just absolutely outstanding results here for them. Sean Peleg, a fantastic top 5 effort for him as well. Just can't overstate how good of a race he had. Evan Locke there in the top 10, top 5 as well, doing a great job for him here tonight. Anthony Krobach in the 11th position, doing a fantastic job. Christian Budd recovered nicely, was outside the top 30 with 2 restarts left in that race. Somehow recovered to finish 7th. Gabriel Mauricio, the winner at Daytona a week ago, another top 10 for him in the 40 car. The Silver Bullet finishes in 8th. Thomas Lewandowski finishes ninth ahead of Jonathan Hernandez. Both of them 2 of the biggest gainers in this race. All 3 of them gained a lot of positions. Mauricio 32, the biggest gainer of them all. Then Lewandowski and Hernandez, the top 10 there. 28 and 31 points gained respectively. Looking further down the order, 11th through 20th on your screen. Emily Howell, Brennan McGee, Brandon McKissick 13th there. Jose Solis Jr. surviving for 14th, just hanging on to that 29 car. Evan Mellinson, Christina Ryan, Mark Parkhurst, Craig Lautenslager, Alex Bates, and Jared Bales, 20th place tonight. And then you have 21st through 30th, Chris Champeau, DJ Trout, Olivia Hayward, Timothy Latham, Brandon Cruz, Nick Doucette, Corey Steinhauser, TJ Crampton, Michael O'Brien, and Rory Collins rounding out the top 30 here at Rockingham. And then you start seeing some of the DNFs here. Still a lot of cars to finish this event. Looking throughout this field here, the top 40 as they look. Eli Sasick, Hayden Repas, Corey Cook, Tyler Murray, Aaron Smith, Parker Alexander, Kyle Benson, Jacob Potak, Larry Pace, and Mo Perry all retiring from this race. Parker Alexander was the last driver to take the checkered flag here tonight. And then 3 more drivers here at the very bottom end of this field. Jeffrey McClintock, Ralph Hutchison, Philip Snipes, and Ali Osman. Ali Osman did not qualify for this event. Did not even attempt to qualify. A withdrawal from this event, 30 car was. So Philip Snipes gets that last position running. Very fun race here this evening, going through Rockingham Speedway. We're glad you were with us here tonight. It was a lot of fun here in Rockingham. For those tuning in for the first time for ABN, we're busy like this all the time. We're back on Wednesday, the ABN Champ Car World Series from the Magic Mile, New Hampshire Motor Speedway. That's Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on ABN 1 right here on ABN. Then we'll be live again on Friday right here on ABN 1. It's the season finale for the HTL National Series at 9 p.m. from Las Vegas. We're going to be in Las Vegas all weekend long. We'll be back again on Sunday for more racing here on ABN 1 at Las Vegas and in the RX A-Square Cup Series in ABN 2 at 7 p.m. there on Sunday. So we get to have a little bit of time off here this week, but still a lot of action going on here. We'll see you again on Wednesday for the ABN Champ Car World Series from New Hampshire. On behalf of everyone here for the Winstel Cup Series, for Winstel Racing, and everyone here at ABN Studios and ABN 1, we appreciate you spending your time with us here for an amazing race here at Rockingham. Las Vegas coming up here next Sunday, New Hampshire on Wednesday. Until next time, I'm Carmen Sienna. Stay safe, stay healthy, have some fun in the week ahead. We'll see you on Wednesday in New Hampshire. Until then, so long, everybody.